Hey everyone, it's Spicy Sushi. I usually do make crafting content on this channel, but I have been trying to branch out with maybe some more innovative money-making strategies, especially ones that are new to this league. And one of those new things is actually Atlas Memories. Now, if you're not familiar with Atlas Memories, they are a new core mechanic that has been added this league that's going to stay, that I'm really happy is staying, and it's actually like a quest series that involves specific league mechanics that are intertwined in ways that we are not, usually accustomed to. Now, for example, the harvest memories that I did for the first mirror that I earned, it's basically turbo juiced harvest maps where all of the plants are mushed together. They scale enormously because you get extreme multipliers on map quantity, and they're pretty difficult, but you get like 12 to 15,000 life force per memory, which is absurd compared to the normal, that you get normally in a map. And it's kind of the same thing with this Crystal Prison project that I did. This was a 2-day project. I did 25 of these memories. I bought them for 60 chaos each off trade. Basically, you can go to the bulk seller and go to Einhar's memory of Crystal Prison. And so what this is going to do is you're going to get rogue exiles in your map that are going to be filled with essence mods. And so these are very, very hard if you do them in high tier maps like I did. I did not even chisel or alch these, but they were still immensely hard. So I do recommend doing these in low tier if your build's not just absolutely cracked. But I'm going to go over the data today and the profit per hour, and it was really, really solid. So the way these memories work is that you're going to buy them off of trade. It's only really viable in softcore trade because of how rare they are as a drop. I think they'll actually be more common next league. I think it's just because we lost literally half the player base is why it's maybe in low quantities this time. But it's going to open up like a quest line. So basically, when you open your Atlas, you are going to right-click the memory and click it on a map, and it's going to start a 5-map quest chain, basically, for, it's a 5-series map chain, basically, for these Crystal Prison memories. And each map is going to have 5 essence nodes, but instead of normal monsters, it's going to be rogue exiles. So they're going to be incredibly hard if your build is not just absolutely juiced. Now, my build actually, I would consider my build to be pretty tanky. I mean, I know it's EA Elementalist, but I do have Bastion. I have 100% spell suppression nearly. I have almost 30k armor and evasion. I've got 100% chance to avoid elemental ailments. I've got 75 chaos res versus dot, 35 not against dot. And it was still really brutal. Like some of these essences, they just hit like a truck because I guess you would need like 90 all res and maybe some fortify would really be able to handle them a lot better. But yeah, I've got Molten Shell and everything, and they're still brutal in T16 maps, not even alch. So I would definitely recommend doing these in like white maps or yellow maps. Essences are not going to scale significantly with map tier at all. And when we go over the data, you're going to see that the profit per memory is actually quite high. And so what's interesting about these, though, is that you may be asking, so what does the Atlas setup need to be? Well, they don't need to be anything for these Atlas memories. They come with their own Atlas passives. You don't need sextants, don't need scarabs, don't need anything. For specifically Crystal Prisons, you don't need a chisel alch at all, because the only thing you'd be increasing is really the rogue exile drops, which I think does not really matter. You're just there for the essences. I used remnants of corruption on every single essence node because in almost every single case in these memories, you will make your money back or profit quite a lot off of using remnants, just upgrading those essences. I decided to upgrade all of them to deafening besides 3. We'll go over that in the data though. And it was pretty solid. I think I would have had a lot more chill time if I had done this in low tier maps. I think it burned me out a bit doing it in high tier when I really did not have to. But yeah, I really love this new mechanic. I think it opens up a lot for a crafting league start. Like for a league start specifically for me, where I love crafting, these memories are insane because I don't need to do any kind of Atlas progression, and I could jump straight into farming, essences for crafting. I would need to get 4 void stones for the harvest part of it, since I want to do T16 plus a pretty good build. But it really opens up the flexibility of a league start scenario, because right now it seems like you either go do your Atlas and start your strategy, or you go to endless heist and then you go to your strategy depending on your goals. But this really opens up a lot because we could do some endless heist and then be buying memories off of trade, and then push for without doing any Atlas passives at all, push for a really strong essence start right out of endless heist. So it is really exciting for me, and I'm looking forward to, you know, how we could maybe do some more variety in a, you know, in a league start scenario. So either way, let's go ahead and jump into the data, what you guys are here for, and the sheet's going to be in the description as well. All right, so I do want to go ahead and get into the spreadsheets, the data that I collected, and my good friend Attaxum compiled for me. He's been helping me out a lot with this league with data and spreadsheets, so you can thank him for this. These are auto-updating, so the harvest memory sheet, I decided to go ahead and cover in this video as well. So these are auto-updating with PoE Ninja. Now, for the Life Force, I do have to manually update it every couple of days because PoE Ninja just cannot... You just can't pull the small values of Life Force, so I do have to like auto update. But for the Essence sheet, these are all auto updating. Obviously, this is PoE Ninja, so it's not going to be incredibly accurate, but this will give you a good idea since unless you want to go through every single Essence manually all the time, you're never really going to know exactly how much you know, you're getting. But so our memories, we paid for 65C each. Now, you know, let's say if, you know, let's go to trade real quick so I can see how much they are now. So these are the Crystal Prison. 75 looks like. So it looks like the majority of them would be 75 chaos each. So even there, it's about a divine profit per memory if you do them in bulk. I mean, if you sell your essences in bulk, obviously loathings are going to be worth way more than 9 chaos each in bulk. So we did put like a multiplier on here. It's a 50% value multiplier because there's a lot of ways you can sell essences. I don't recommend going to TFT anymore since Life Force is just so obtainable and Blue Life Force is so cheap. I believe it was like 50 chaos, 50 life force per 1 chaos. So I do recommend rolling your essences to ones that sell for more. Obviously loathing is going to be more. For this challenge, I upgraded all of them to deafening besides loathing, dread, and greed to get more value out of those. But yeah, so you do need to keep in mind that these are going to be 5 maps, so you're going to use about 5 remnants per map. Now you do sustain some of the remnants. Obviously you don't even have to use 5 remnants every single map if the essence node doesn't look good, but we did do that for this, so it is minus 25 chaos technically, but we did sustain quite a few, so I would not say 25. But even there, these memories were pretty difficult, I will admit, but you can do these in white maps. Essences do not scale that significantly from white to red. I just wanted to do them on red simply because, you know, I like to do high tier content. Now these Rogue Exiles were exceptionally difficult, so next time I did this, I would probably do these in white maps. You don't need to chisel out or anything like I said. So this spreadsheet is going to be in the comments. You can always just come back to this if you want to know how much these are. You can, I will keep this manually updated with the current price so that you can see like how much you can expect from these, and then also the harvest profits. You can find this in my Discord, or it's going to be in the description of another video. So yeah, that's it guys, and I will see you in the next one.